Hi, welcome to the video. Okay, so I just wanted to put some videos together just so it can give you kind of snippets of the project management XRM solution that I've designed and built using Dynamics CRM. I like the solution. It's a real a kind of real tight solution in terms of there isn't actually a lot to it, which is the nice thing about it, which is I hope what you'll actually like. Okay, this is supposed to be a 2-minute introduction video and I'm already talking for about kind of 20-30 seconds already. Okay, as you can see, at the moment I'm on the effort analysis dashboard. I'm not going to talk about that at the moment. What I'm actually going to just run through is just literally just one run through of creating the project and creating the sprint. So I've just navigated to projects. I'm going to make a new project. And all I'm doing is naming the project, just kind of putting some key information like who's it for, the key contact. You can add some description here as well. And you'll notice there's a few other things on the project. Don't worry about them at the moment. You saved your project. A few things that I've noticed about roll-up fields is they aren't available until you actually refresh the page. But again, we don't really care about that at the moment. So go to the 3 dots, go to Start Dialog. This create sprint is pretty much central to the solution. It's a dialog process, and what it does is it basically just takes information regarding the sprint. So all a sprint is don't worry about any agile terminology or anything like that at the moment. At the end of the day, this is just a workload. It's one portion of workload. You can have loads, so you can have 100 running in parallel if you want to. The working days is how many days that there's going to be actual work taking place on. So let's just say 5. The amount of effort, this is normally the chargeable element to it, the amount of actually effort something's going to be taken, and this is calculated in hours. So let's just say 7, it's a 7-hour day. There's only going to be one person working on this. Let's just be nice and boring and just say sprint 1. In terms of dates, there's no business logic surrounding dates. This is going to run from the 1st of September to the 30th. 5 working days in that month is going to be in those dates. There's no restrictions on it, and it's purpose built that way. So I'm just click next. This takes a various amount of time depending on how laggy my PC is at the moment, and it's actually taken pretty quick at the moment. So finish. So it actually looks like nothing's happened, right? If you go to the drop down and go to sprints, you can see my sprint's been made. Let's open it. And you can see that all that information has literally been taken. Lots of magic's happened in terms of it's worked out total capacity, it's worked out burn down rate, it's basically kind of laid down all the foundations for the sprint information that I've just input in that dialog process. Just down here you'll be able to see the actual day breakdown. You'll see that there's always a day 0 being made. This is because it's the starting point of that first day. And you'll see in the burn down chart in a moment that you need that as that starting point. And there is an actual process in terms of the use cases that I've put together in terms of how to actually kind of tackle that and use that in the process. So essentially, at the moment, that's the sprint started. You can leave that as it is at the moment. It's basically that's a sprint being made. It's not been technically, officially, it's not started. If you did then want to start the sprint, it'll be then a case of you'd want to just ensure that you just manually refresh this number of active days and just save that. Obviously you've got that the 24-hour roll-up, so if you just left that I would have done it automatically anyway. Before I actually do anything else, let me just show you the burn down chart. So chart pane to the right, and you can see it here. So so there's the overlay of the 2 lines. The blue is the ideal and the red is the actual. So at the moment the actual and ideal are the same, so that's the what we work towards, isn't it? And that's the expectation of effort. If we were to start this sprint, you'll see that automatically changed to in progress. Let's save that, and then to then officially start it, you just open the first day 0 and essentially say no effort's been spent on day 0 because it doesn't actually exist, and then you'll see that days completed changed. It auto saved. nothing's actually happened. Essentially this is a sprint that's actually started, so you can see that the day completed there, and you can let's have a look. Let's just show you. I just want to just input a little bit more info. So let's just say I've spent 7 hours. Day completed. The actual effort remaining, I want to say, is a little bit higher, just so we can just see a little bit of difference. Let's go back to our burn down chart. Now that's when things really start to take shape. You can basically then analyse this burn down chart per sprints, basically. So it takes the associated days, and then you can see there that the efforts actually spike. The actual remaining effort spikes. It's supposed to be here, and it's here. So you can see here that the status reason has been put on this view a little bit to the left, so you can clearly see which days are outstanding, because like I said earlier in terms of the dialogue, it's not supposed to in some cases, if you're not running this in a strictly agile manner, that month can have just 5 of these days in it. So it might be the case this is 1 day a week and you just want to see where you are. So obviously in terms of that kind of element, you're more than welcome to customize that in the days to actually include the actual specific days you want. I didn't really want to go down to that granular detail, to be honest. It's not meant to be. The purpose of this solution is meant that it's not. I didn't want it to be strenuous to update. I didn't want people to have to manually enter loads of information. So it has been purpose built that way, so then you can do that if that works for you, which is completely fine. So yeah, that's just a quick introduction to the functionality, and that's it. Stay tuned, have a look at keep looking at the blog, and check out the other videos.